schwarze Riesenfeld töten der Sonne Glanz. Ein geschlossenes Zauberbuch.
Pierrot Lunaire is one of the seminal works in music. And it's hard to believe that this piece, which people still find modern, is 100 years old.
I think to a lot of ears, this piece sounds like it could have been written yesterday.
Because the instrumentation of Eighth Blackbird is derived from this piece means a lot to our identity as a group, really.
People have this tremendous misconception that Schoenberg was some sort of dry academic, and Pierrot is the least dry piece you could possibly imagine.
It's very abstract, yet it's very romantic at the same time. And to capture that kind of abstraction on the stage with beautiful visual images, hanging lights, umbrellas, the character of Pierrot himself, I thought magnified the experience tremendously.
There's an immense wit in Pierrot, and all the poems are kind of ironically funny in some amazing way, and I felt like that production really captured that lightness, the kind of moon quickness, if you want to say, of the piece.
I saw this at UCLA and was thoroughly prepared not to like it because most such performances concentrate on the literal part of the poem and really distract completely from the music. This performance, however, I was surprised to find actually enhanced and concentrated on the feeling, which is really the important part of the poems and the music.
The production doesn't conform to the literal moments of the text, which is, to my mind, the only way to do Pierrot.
Our director, Mark de Chiazza, is finding beautiful moments in the piece and giving them their absolute due. He really takes risks with a lot of interesting and arresting visual ideas. Pierrot Lunaire has no written percussion part, so we wanted to involve Matthew in some way.
Its course is completely different from being on stage with my usual battery of percussion instruments.
And Mark had the stroke of genius, although it's a very simple idea, but it was somehow a great one, to involve Matthew as the character of Pierrot.
Schoenberg really invented this strange speaking, singing called Sprechstimme.
It's in between speech and song, and it just allows for a kind of expressivity that more specific notation doesn't allow.
Lucy is one of the great interpreters of this piece, and her singing of this piece is tremendously informed and psychotic.
I'm shocked sometimes by some of the things that she does, in a good way.
There's something about her in this piece that are incredibly well matched.
It takes a great artist to do this, and to do it convincingly.
There's a kind of freedom of expression that I find very exciting.
And there's simply no one better at this piece than Lucy Shelton. She simply owns it.
Eighth Blackbird has gone one step further than any group I know of in memorizing the whole score. I mean, memorizing Schoenberg's score. We traverse, we go through this amazing, fantastic terrain as a single body.
And of course that enabled them to do things that one normally couldn't do in performance, and something I've never ever thought I'd ever see, and which also enabled the audience to empathize into the work much more easily and much deeper.
there's so much more that can happen intuitively if you're not staring at a stand.
You internalize everyone else's part because you have to know how your part fits into their parts.
We're able to have conversations that are in the score. These aren't things that we're making up.
They weren't playing notes, they were playing music.
The best compliment I've gotten at this production is when people have come up to me and said, God, you know, I've heard Pierrot Lunaire a bunch of times, and this is the first time I felt like I could experience it.
I had an appreciation for the piece as chamber music, but it wasn't music that I loved to listen to. But as soon as we created an opera in miniature with it, then the motion in the composition had a real, became visceral for me.
I think it's so appropriate that that it's come to this point in here 100 years from the first performance, where we have some things that's really, I think, in a way, extraordinary, and it's expanded. And in fact, the possibilities of performance and presentation of Pierrot.
This is something we're doing because we love to do it, because this music is so rich and so multi-layered, and we get so much out of performing it. We want to share that with the audience.